What's up? What's going on, people? Say good morning, good day, good afternoon, good night, whatever you all at in the world. What's going on? Hey, this is Bubba, and welcome back. Hey, Brazil, bring Bubba back. Brazil, bring Bubba back. Here, will I do walk and talk videos where I talk about my experiences once upon a time living in Brazil. And also my experiences being back here since returning from Brazil. Well, I just talk about everything and everything else in between, all that good stuff. So again, welcome back. And those newcomers, hey, what's going on? Yeah, man, so, hey, man, good morning today. Wonderful morning, wonderful morning. It's Monday morning here in good old state of Georgia. It's a business as usual. As you can see, my daily traffic report, busy as usual. Yeah, so, yep, lovely day in June. This year going by fast, man. This year going by too fast. It's already June, man. Half the year is already over with, almost. But man, crazy, man. Brazil, bring me back. Bring me back, Brazil. Yeah, man. June, man. What a month. Man, you know, I was thinking, man, about, it was this time 4 years ago, you know, doing my first trip, my first stay in Brazil. You know, around this time, you know, my ex, you know, she had just moved to a new apartment, and you know, and I was staying with her at a new spot. And yesterday, I know it was a birthday of one of my close friends down there. You know, my ex brother's friend, girlfriend, or former girlfriend, I'm not sure, but she had a birthday yesterday, and you know what I'm saying, I remember going, you know, going to the party down there, man. I mean, Brazil, man, they know how to party, man. That's one thing I really miss about Brazil, man. They really know how to party. And I'm not talking the part like a party that we have here, where, okay, you go to a rent out a big old huge spot, you know, like a club or something like that, and just pop bottles and all that. Nah, down there it's more authentic. It's more kind of like what we used to do with black folks here. You know, what they call a little shindig. You know, where we just go to, got a little spot, you know, around the neighborhood, little local spot. You know what I mean? Some people call it a hole in the wall, but no, it's just really a gathering spot, man. Maybe your cousin's house. You know, they got a nice little patio, nice size patio. Man, everybody get together, man. They bring the beer, bring the drinks and good food and all that, man. Listen to good music, man. Have a good time, man. That's how it is down there, man. I mean, when we celebrated her birthday, man. And man, it's wonderful, man. You know, it's playing Pagode. You know, everybody had the churrasco going, the barbecue, Brazilian barbecue, man. Man, it's a good time, man. Good experience, man. During that time, I was with my ex. So, you know, like I said, I got to see all of that. I got to see, you know, just Brazilians having a good time, man, regardless of the language barrier, man. You know what I mean? You know, we all was there having a good time. You know what I'm saying? I really miss that, man, about being down there in Brazil, man. Like I said, the whole family, everything is centered around family, centered around community, man. You know what I mean? It's quite the opposite here, man. It's quite the opposite here. But yeah, man. Yeah, definitely, man. So, man, you know, I want to talk to y'all about, you know, about Brazil as far as, like, is it worth living in Brazil right now as of 2025? You know, is it worth living there, you know, right now? So, and like I say, I've been there, you know, a few times. So, you know, I have a little say-so in that matter. And just real quick, you know, also, lived in Salvador, not Salvador, I'm sorry, Sao Paulo for a good minute. You know, also in addition to Rio. But I've been up to Salvador too, so I've been to other spots too. So, and I would say, you know, this was back in from 2020 to 2023. So, and I would say ain't too much has changed there. So, I would say, is it really worth living there in Brazil? You know, is it really worth living in a place like Rio, you know, Sao Paulo? And I say yes, it is. For me, it is. You know what I'm saying? Not because, you know, this was my channel is based on, you know, but I really believe if you really like Brazilian culture, man, I think a lot of people get that twisted, man. They just want to, when they want to move somewhere, where they want to go somewhere else, you know, they don't look at the cultural aspect in that particular place. They don't look at, you know, how can this place be beneficial to me in terms of me learning the culture and me fitting in with the culture, you know? We just go because, hey, you know, this place is cheap. This place is not expensive, so I'm just gonna go and, you know, leave my, you know, just set up base there, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, unfortunately, things happen because, hey, you're not really vested in the culture like that, you know? But I truly believe if you really like Brazilian culture, man, if you really like, you know what I'm saying, if you really appreciate, you know, how they live their lives in Brazil, you know what I'm saying, if you really truly appreciate that, man, I think you definitely would like going down to Brazil, living in Brazil, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say, man, it is true, you know, Brazil is not for the faint at heart, man. You know, it's a big country, man. It's huge. It's giant, man. I think it's the 5th largest country in the world in terms of size, and I think population too. Don't quote me on it, but it's big, man. It's up there. So, you know, Brazil's a monster, man. So you really have to do a lot of homework, man. Do a lot of research and finding what, you know, if Brazil gonna be a right fit for you. So yeah, man, I really believe, yeah, Brazil is worth living, man. Living down there, going down there, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, you really have to, man, you really have to love the culture, man, because that's what it comes down to, man. You know, like I said, Brazil, they really dependent on community, man. They're really dependent on family, man. Everything revolves around family, man. You know, everything, man. So if you're not about that, you know, you're definitely gonna struggle down there, man. You're definitely not gonna have a good time down there, man. And like, if you're big on history, see, I love history, you will definitely love Brazil too. You know, Brazil has, like I said, the largest Afro-Brazilian, well, I'm sorry, Afro-African population outside of Africa. You know, so definitely that's a plus for those that really like the study of different people. You know, the history. You know, unfortunately, Brazil was one of the last places on earth to really abolish slavery, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's kind of like a downside of that. You know, you can tell kind of like the vibes are still there in terms of, they call it like mixing in with the race mixing. And a lot of the racial, it's still race heavy there, but you know, I'm here in America, in the States, man. It's also race heavy here. So, you know, there's always trade-offs. But, and that's also like in the bigger cities. Like you go to Rio, Sao Paulo, you know, Salvador, you know, it's gonna be more liberal there. So, you know, you that type, you know, you like the being liberal and you like that type of style, that type of culture, then yeah, just hang out in the bigger cities, you know, like Rio, Sao Paulo, etc. But I know for me, you know, I'm sort of weaning away from the cities. I'm trying to, especially when I get back down there, hopefully, you know, sooner rather than later. You know, I see myself leaving the city, going towards more of a rural environment. You know what I'm saying? So, especially as I get older, you know, I mean, that's just with anywhere, man. You really don't want to deal with the hustle and bustle of the city, man. You know, that's anywhere in the world, man. The cities, you know, is just so much going on. And, you know, something happened, you know what I'm saying? You might be stuck, you know what I'm saying, in your situation in the city. So, yeah, I know I'm looking more so like exploring like the rural areas. That's why I say next time I go back down to Brazil, you know, I will definitely check out other parts of the country, man. I definitely want to check out parts of the Northeast, like the Northeast, you know, like the Fortalezas, Recife, you know, Manaus, the Amazon, you know, Natal, you know, it's, man, Maceió, of course, more Bahia, definitely more Bahia. I think that's my favorite, that's gonna be my favorite place, my new favorite place, Bahia. So, you know, God willing, you know, once I get the time, you know, once I have the opportunity, once I have the, you know, the financial resources and things like that, I'm definitely gonna set up, you know, my new base, hopefully my new home somewhere in that area. But, you know, we'll see. But yeah, man, I really think, you know, if you're a person of culture, you like culture, if you like history, and whoa, yeah, definitely, if you like sports, man, if you like football, man, if you're very heavy into football, man, I'm talking about soccer, not American football, but if you you have a passion of football, man, definitely Brazil is definitely worth it, man. I mean, along with the carnival, along with samba, I think the football culture there is probably the most, I don't know, it's highly regarded cultural thing in Brazil, man. It's like number one, man. It's like the football culture. I think well, depending who you talk to, some say it's the samba / carnival culture there. That's probably the number one cultural aspect of Brazil that they have, that's very popular around the world. So, but it goes hand in hand, you know, the samba culture, carnival culture, the football culture, all that go hand in hand, man. You know, so, but yeah, definitely, man, if you you know, if you like sports, definitely check out Brazil, man. Not only football, but you know, they have one of the I think it's the leading exporter of MMA. You know, fighting. A lot of MMA fighters come out of there, man, out of Brazil, man. So definitely, man, if you like the martial arts, you know what I'm saying, Brazil definitely for you, man. Brazil is definitely for you, man. Yeah, so, but yeah, like I say, you like those things, man, Brazil will be definitely worth it, man. And I ain't really talk about the food, man. You know, the feijoada, you know what I'm saying, the churrasco. Yeah, man, it's all of those things, man. I think Brazil is definitely worth it, man. And of course, you know, the cost of living is, man, it's compared to here, it's very reasonable, man. Especially if you kind of stay away from the tourist traps. You know, you stay away from the, you know, the cities. But you also can find bargains in the cities, man. So you have that option. But yeah, tell me what y'all think, man. Especially with those that have lived in Brazil, are currently living in there now. Do you think it's worth it for those that want to make the move down there? You think Brazil, or for those that want to visit there, you think it's really worth it for them to come down there, you know, in 2025? You know, because, you know, it's bad things going on everywhere. Bad things here, man. You know, there's always trade-offs. But I really believe it's really worth going down there for me. But yeah, tell me what y'all think. And also in the comments, man, I want y'all to bring back Bubba, Brazil. bring back Bubba Brazil. Please put that in the comments, man. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody tuning in. You know, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Comment, man. It's gonna help me out, man. All this gonna help me out, man. And yeah, man. Till next video, man. Yo, this is Bubba, and I'm out. Peace.